Apyayantu mamangani Bhak pranas chakshu shrotram Atha balamindriyani cha sarvani Sarvam brahma upanishadam Mahang brahma nirakuryam Mama brahma nirakarod Anirakaranamastu Anirakaranam meostu Om tadatmani nirati yaupanishadsu dharmaha Te mai shantu Om shanti shanti shantihi. Om, may all functions of our minds, the works of our bodies, and the activities of the senses please the Almighty Brahman, who is described in the Vedanta. May we not forget him. May we realize his presence in us. May we not be forsaken by him. May all divine qualities adorn our souls and bring peace to our minds. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So today, as just now in the introduction you heard that we will be speaking about the motherly nature of Buddha and Shankara. But really today is an auspicious day, as you have just heard. It is called the Phalo Harini Puja, worship day of mother, one of the mother's aspect. Phalo, as you have just heard, phalo means fruits. And haran means absorption or taking away. We are here for what reason? All of us are here because we have some karma and some phalo, result. Result of some action has given birth to this body. And phalo is the fruits. So what we are suffering, experiencing joy and pleasure, in Vedanta philosophy says no one is giving you suffering or pain, your karma, that is giving the result now. When you did, you forgot, but the effect is being felt now. You put your finger in the cooking time, normally it happens, no? You are very engaged in cooking, you didn't notice that much that time, but suddenly you feel, oh, it's burning, no? So burning is the effect, follow of the karma, that means work, action, which at consciously or unconsciously done by putting the finger in the fire. No? So when we see this present life, this life is a result of our past karmas, past desires, past actions, good or bad. That karma is giving us birth after death, death and birth. According to Hindu psychology, our life and death is guided by our karma, our wishes, our desires, our actions. No? You do some good wish, good karma, you will be born in a noble family with favorable environment where you can get your cherished desires fulfilled. So bad karma, people we see in the society going on, good and bad karma. So what will be the gain? Now they are very happy. Those who are doing all types of nasty things, torturing people, doing harm to others and doing this, that's very good. They are very happy people. But that karma is accumulating on whose account? It is more intelligent arrangement God has done. It goes to each one's account. Any action goes to their account automatically. Good, good, bad, bad. And good action will bring good, bad action will bring bad. So this is the cycle of our birth and death, where our karma is leading to a life of suffering or pleasure and pain. And again some desire to fulfill that, we do some karma. And that is the cycle goes on, round and round. We are Hindus believe multiple births. And this, if you want to break this cycle, this is a very bad experience, no? We are all seeing that we are born means it's not a pleasurable life, no? Whose life is full of peace? Here, anyone can say, I have no suffering, I am absolutely happy. And I do not know what is called suffering. Is there anybody to tell this here? No. So life is not very pleasurable. There is so much of suffering, so much of negative side, and little bit of joy in between, little honey drops in the tongue, and then bitter comes and hot chili burns the face, no? So this is the way our life is a cycle going on. To break this cycle, what? You have to wipe out the karma. Your desire. How the desire will be stopped? Your desire is leading to karma. You are here today, desirous to hear some spiritual discussion. That's why you are here. Your action, driving all the way, parking the car, coming over here, all this action, motivated by what? Your desire. So, this desire, when no desire, I don't have any desire, I am pure, I am divine. When that consciousness will come, no more birth, no more suffering, no more going to this cycle of joys and pleasure and pain and expectation, depression, high, low, all this situation of mind. That's called the freedom. And today is called Follow Harini Mother. You do Hindus worship one divine mother form who takes away your karma. If your karma is taken out, what? You become free from all burden. Then you are free immediately. Nothing to motivate for again to be born and suffer and go in this cycle. Dukkha, dukkha, dukkha. Buddha says, look at life. He says, dukkham, dukkham, dukkham. Everything is dukkha. Why dukkha? Because when you try to achieve something, that is dukkha. I want to get a good grade. That's a dukkha. I am to suffer so much. I cannot play, I cannot go to see games and friend and sing and dance, and then I will study and this and that. So it is a suffering, no? So achieve anything, you do some austerities. When you achieve, then you are not satisfied. You want to have something more. You see, that's why continuously you are in the trap of this suffering and suffering. Absolute peace will attain when you have no expectation, nothing. So this day is very holy day, where we find that we worship the Divine Mother who takes away all our karmas and gives us eternal freedom, free from all bondage and suffering. Very auspicious. And it was demonstrated in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, who have practiced all the spiritual discipline, apart from he being God himself, who incarnated as Ramakrishna, like Christ, Buddha, Rama, Krishna, Shankara. But at the same time, he offered his all the efforts of karma and all the good results of his meditation, prayer, samadhi, everything achieved by this austerity for the good of humanity. What? To give it to mother's feet. And this mother is called Sarada Devi, the divine consort of Sri Ramakrishna. And with that power, what she did? She spread this love for all humanity. And she said that as everyone is my child, whether he is a great or low or high, in whatever condition, they are all, I am the mother of the bad, I am the mother of good. For good and bad, there is no distinction in the eyes of a mother. If in the same family, mom has two children, one is fighting, poking, all the time disturbing, another is very calm and docile. It happens in the same family. So what mother does? Mother rejects the boy who is naughty. Yeah, naughty boy. Mom knows and tries to handle it. But that's my child. Love is the guiding factor there also. And as is the attention for the good child, as is also same for the bad. So in the eyes of the Divine Mother, we are all children of God, good or bad. But this is the uniqueness of this day of sacrificing the fruits of results of Ramakrishna to Holy Mother. It happened. A story goes like that. not story, reality. You know, Ramakrishna was worshipping God as Mother Kali. You all know. And then this is the auspicious day. A special worship is done in the Kali temples. Here also Kali temple, they are performing some holy puja, worship, etc. So it happens in the midnight. Mother Kali's worship when nature is quiet, calm and serene, and you focus your mind and do your sadhana and pray and do the worship and offer everything, meditate on. So Ramakrishna that day said that they'll make an arrangement of the worship in the home, in the room where Sri Ramakrishna is to live. And then his nephew, he arranged that puja arrangement, and Holy Mother Sarada Devi, she was a young girl of maybe 16, 17 years girl. She came and then she was asked to sit in the worship platform, and then Ramakrishna started doing the worship and totally absorbed. So totally absorbed in meditation, Sri Ramakrishna was in samadhi and Holy Mother was also in ecstatic samadhi. And in that way, after worship is over, they came down, mind came down, and then Ramakrishna offered all the karma phala, good karma phala of course, but the redemption of the good of the world, to spread the message of motherhood, of love and compassion and protection. He offered every effort of his sadhana, spiritual practice, at the feet of Mother. And Mother then was totally lost into the consciousness of the divine. And we find that that motherhood is the crying need. And motherhood is what the world needs. What is motherhood? Motherly characters. Mother, our mother, earthly mothers are we consider as a spark of the divine mother. Every mother, when the child is a baby, don't think when he will be adult. When their ego pops up, then mother says, okay, you take care. And the son or daughter also says, okay, mom, you stay away. Because ego comes. Before the ego comes, look at the baby. Every mother, every human being personalities, in the bird world, in the animal world, look at that, every mother, how much love, affection, devotion, protection for the baby. See, even the ducks are going in a lakeside when you walk in a park. You see duck with the family and children are going on. And if you go close to them, Ma will be looking at you and run towards you too. Because you guy, don't touch my baby. So see where he got this affection. The birds, when they are hatching and the bird's fledgling comes, you look at that. How the mother is running here and there, collecting food, not eating herself, feeding the baby in the mouth, and again going, again flying, again going. Well, who gave that love? Who taught this love? This is called the motherly love. Even in human personality, when the baby is born, and how mother takes care of the baby. How much love, how much affection, how much protection, how much sacrifice our mothers do. Every mother, we are all got that. As I said, when we grow up, our ego pumps up, and mother, okay, we can then have some bad relationship, good relationship, mother will be beating me, or I will be beating him, her. So all these things come. But conditional, that when the child, in the child's condition, mother loves the child in the child's condition. Not my condition. Mother does not ask the baby, hey, behave properly, don't soil your clothing. But baby will do his job. And whose responsibility? Mother to clean. And mother does not bother because he is a baby. We should be baby. Then God will be having this relationship of giving and giving only. So this is the mother. So we have to understand what is mother in life. Mother is not the biological parent, but as the supreme being in the form of Shakti, the dynamic power behind all creation. All creation, every creation, motherly nature. That's why we call our earthly mothers are sparks of the Divine Mother. There is only one spark, and she is the totality of that energy, cosmic energy of creation, protection, and nourishment. And it's compassionate. There is so much simple that giving, tendency of giving, Ma gives. And that we worship in Hindu culture also as the different goddesses. Mother Durga, you see, with 10 arms, she is waiting, so many weapons for whom? For the protection of the child. Hey, don't come close to my baby. I will take care of you. This is Mother Durga, Mother Kali. Kali image is sometimes very ferocious form. And that's also holding sword and the skull of his just beheaded skull of some demon. Why? To protect the child, saying blessing and boon. Mother's 4 arms carry 2 arms carry weapons and severed head, one, and another blessings and boon. My child, what do you want? I am for you. So this is the mother's unique contribution in this our life situation. So we need that mother, and ultimately mother helps us to release us from all types of bondage, all types of suffering. So I'll think about a little bit of the unconditional love of mother, very important. Our love is conditional. When ego comes, my ego, your ego. So I think me, I love you how much? So long you work or act up to my expectation. No? If you don't do action as I expect, that conditional love, the love then bargains. I did so much for you, you don't do anything for me. And that's a thing which goes on and then breaks. And even not only breaks, someone goes with a gun to kill the same person who used to say that I love you. But mother's love is, real mother's love is unconditional. In happiness, in misery, in pleasure and pain, in joys or anything, mother's love remains the same, unchanging. And it does not depend what the child does, but it is all the time mother is for them. Unbounded love. That's why Hinduism, it teaches us to say that Pitridevo, Matridevo Bhavo, the first word, it is said, let mother be your mother be your god, goddess. Don't worship other goddess. Mother is the goddess. First one. Pitridevo Bhava, your father may be God. You worship him like your God, like God is before you. And Acharya, the teacher who teaches us spiritual wisdom, knowledge, even our earthly teacher, worship him like a God. So they are putting this value that it is the divine manifesting through mother's love. Now, so we need this love in the modern age, not in modern age all the time. In our very life, what we need in the world is love, unconditional love. But where will you get this unconditional love? Unconditional love, we talk about that. What is where will you get it? Unconditional love. That's the most pure state of our mental condition, when one can only send love. Unless I see myself in you, how can I love you? Otherwise, I will love. I means I am the body. Normally, I am the mind. So my pleasure, my protection, my selfish ends to meet, my financial help, So everything centered around me. And me, then comes mine. Me and mine is called the life, normal life. We have to go back to thee and thine. In you is divine, the same mother. Divine is mother. God manifests his love, unconditional love, through the divine nature only, through their divine forms only. Buddhas, Krishnas, Ramas, Christ. Christ is said, his total dedication is a mother, motherly heart. She knew everything, he knew everything. But he sacrificed his life joyfully, not protesting, not avoiding, not running away. That's why it is called he has suffered for all of us. No? Meaning, that's the motherly heart manifested in the highest level to sacrifice himself. And we also, in our spiritual life, we want to be spiritual means we must be a mother. How that motherly character will come? To cut our ego. We see the cross, no? The symbolic of what? Cut the eye, cut. That is the symbol. And that is the mother. See, we'll now analyze Buddha's life, Shankara's life. Who is Buddha, who is Shankara? You know, the philosophy of incarnation is that avataro. It is called, they are called avatars. You are familiar with the term avatar? Who is avatar? God himself, the Lord God himself, comes down in human form. Very impossible. Think about God. Who is God? Just think of that. God is this entire material world. If you look at that, as much science can tell you, telescope, microscope and all this, subatomic particle, to the galaxies, to the stars and galaxies, millions, billions, trillions of galaxies. Who has created this? From whom it has come? God is not that petty little thing. What do you think about God? It's only the physical world. Then there are heavenly worlds. Subtle worlds in the realm of the mind becomes purified. One can see those experiential realities. That you include. How big is that? Then you include that where their ego is getting merged into the absolute. That's called this third stage. And then if you can think something more beyond, that is the entire cosmos has been created by that reality which is called God. And that Lord God, he who creates, preserves, maintains, sustains, destroys, he again comes down as a human body, in a human body. Impossible to think about that. Like in the whole Pacific Ocean, if some, say, region where there is very cold, say iceberg, big iceberg, chunk of, it's a tangible form of the ocean, no? But yes, he comes down, they are called the incarnations. So God came down in the form of Buddha, in the form of Shankara. We are taking these two great avatars because this month, it is their birthdays. Just to remember them. And what to think? To think of their motherhood, motherly love. You know, if you are in the trouble, you want to get out of the trouble, finish. What happens to others? Who cares for that, no? But these incarnations are not like that. They come specifically for the purpose of sacrificing themselves for the good of others, setting an example before the world how you can be a mother. Be a mother. That is the call of the incarnations. Develop your love. Unconditional love. Try to learn. We are familiar with conditional love. Selfish love. Learn how to be unconditional. I don't want anything, I only want to give. Swami Vivekananda said, give. Thou, fire nahi chao. Don't look back. Thake jodi hridaye sambal. If you have something to give in your heart. Don't you think you have nothing? You have infinite source of love. All of us. are connected with the high voltage line, no? Your house is connected with the high voltage line, no? We are not aware of it. This little home, these all the homes here, all are lighted by some consciousness. How this eyes are seeing, how I am feeling, how I am smiling, how I am feeling the emotions, anger, frustration, how this machine works. Heavy. There is one sad story that in our Hollywood one gentleman came the other day to help us and serve us and this and that. Okay? A very good, highly educated person. We are very happy and everyone was very happy. Suddenly, within 7 or 10 days, just everyone is loving and he is also connecting. Life is so fragile. Just he went and cooked this last Sunday, and then for the offer to the Lord, some few cooking. And then she said, I'm not feeling good, I'll take rest. And he went for taking rest. And suddenly, after an hour or so, somebody other guest was there to look at in the same room, and he went and he felt, I am feeling little discomfort. And then anyhow, to make the story short, within few minutes, 911 was called, and is found no coming back. So they tried all the methods and it's gone. Look at that. The body is still there. Body is still there. Why it is functioning? Why it is seeing? Why it is talking? Why whose energy is connecting us all? It's the divine energy. You know or don't know. You cannot breathe for a second. You cannot hear. You cannot touch. You cannot taste. You cannot be angry. You cannot be holy. You cannot be unholy. Until and unless that power is there. That is the mother's protection. Mother is always supporting us. That's why 1 minute goes, we have to thank God. I'm here still now. So this is the mother. Mother protects. Mother protects. Mother gives unconditional love. Life it gives so much instance around us to open our eyes. And what blessings that I am breathing now. So it is our every second's life is Mother's grace, Mother's protection, Mother's unconditional love. We do bad thing, good thing, but God gives the same energy behind, no? The same mind, crooked mind, good mind. There are two instruments through which it is working. But behind is the same energy, supply energy is the same. A bulb, 0 night lamp, that's also supplied by the electricity. And 1000-watt bulb, that's also supplied by the electricity. Where it may be good expression or bad expression, is the same energy. And that is called the mother's love, which is protecting, sustaining and nurturing. We should feel that love. To do that, the God comes down in the form of human personalities like Ram, Buddhas and Shankaras. So let me go back to something of Buddha and Shankara. What Buddha, he from the very childhood, you can see the compassion. Compassion, love, compassion. His brother, their princess, so they shoot with an arrow one swan, flying swan, no? And Buddha saw that, and that going to be that swan going to die, so he softly took out the arrow and nurtured and protected. Then Devadatta, his brother, came. Yes, it belongs to me. Give me. It's my swan. Well, yes, you shoot me first. Because I cannot give you this swan, who is so simple, you should not kill him. He said, who is the owner of the object? Who gives life or who takes away the life? Anyhow, so see from the very childhood that compassion is there. And what he priest, being a prince, he himself went out of his court and then wanted to know the secrets of life, why life has old age, why life has disease, why life brings death, and what is the cause of all these things, no? Birth, death, growth, decay, and ultimately disappearing. What is the cause? It is why we are born. He delved into that, and gave a model. Yes, everything is changing in the world. Try to find what is unchanging. Let's all find that light which illumines all. And then he got the Bodhisattva awakening. His awakening is not for his personal gain. He set an example to the world that motherhood can be achieved through this practice. Not thinking of yourself, not thinking of the body as you. It is all built up in time and space. It comes, and it is all going round and round. There is no permanent thing. It is all impermanent. And it is all brings dukkha. Either it is now you are enjoying dukkha, you experience dukkha, or it is potential dukkha. It is coming future. Whatever, anything in the world we want to enjoy, that becomes a cause of suffering afterwards. I want to enjoy ice cream. I like ice cream very much. Okay, and enjoy. Take as much as you can. That's good. That's good. But not good. See? Then cholesterol will come, and heart attack is potential. So these are potential dukkha. Though it apparently appears to be sukha, happiness, but it is potential dukkha. And whatever we do ultimately, it is going to be at the end in the funeral. It will be 1.5 pound of ashes. Then what about this? All these pursuits of life. Who thinks that negative? That's why Buddha and Shankara, they are all negative people. People don't study them very well. Only say superficial. Because if you go that, then you will have to analyze this way. All this for becoming 1.5 pound of ashes. So what is the perfect way of living a life to develop that unselfishness, that unconditional love, like mother's love for all? Serve. Bodhisattva state. Bodhisattva state is a state which is attained, and they remain there to come down again to help humanity. That's only for giving, not for their own purpose. So this is the Buddha's life. Buddha's life, there are many stories, and Buddhistic religion has some worship of the Pragya Paramita state, perfect state, wisdom state, is called mothers of Buddhas. No? So to have that motherly love, unconditional love, forgiving love, nurturing and leading to full freedom of the child, these are all the mother's character we find in Buddha. Buddha gave the example of one girl, lady, who brought her dead child before Buddha. The mother was Kisha, her name is Kisha. She lost her son died, and he heard that Buddha is a great soul. So she, out of her own heart's pain and agonies, came to Buddha and said, "Please help me to revive this son." And Buddha was full of compassion, and he was thinking what to say. Then he then, like a mother, gave a lesson with full sympathy, not saying, "Oh, this is anitya, this is all impermanent. Why do you cry? The son is born, son will die." He didn't say that. He said, "Son is born, oh yes, it is such a pain. Okay, yes, we can try to revive, but you bring only few things, one thing only for me. Go, bring from a home, beg a few grains of sesame seed from any home. You go and beg it, and bring that sesame seed, and I'll revive your son." And then he went. That mother went one door to the other door, and said, "My son will be revived if you can give some sesame seed." They said, "Oh, it's okay, come. No, one condition. Bring from a home where no one have ever died in that family. And she went, motherly love. She went from door to door, door to door, and everyone said, yes, how can I give you? Sesame seed? No, I have lost my grandma or mom or dad or brother or sister. Everyone's home is haunted with death, 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 death. We forget that, but there is death. And she came back to Buddha. And then Buddha said, did you get? No. Then he said, mother, no, this is the reality of life. Everything, only body goes. And whatever wisdom, it is inevitable. One is born, will have to die. And this death and birth, sometimes span is shorter span, longer span. That is not the point. Birth, there is a birth, there is a death. There is a life, there should be lifeless situation. Joy, suffering. This duality will be haunting all the time. You have to go beyond that, then you are in peace. There is your son in that level, not in this level. So you give the motherly heart with full affection and love, give this highest wisdom that it is reality. You have to accept the reality of life and to find out that wisdom which will tell you that you don't die. Or your Vedantic expression coming in my wording, but Buddhists will not say that, but the feeling is that attain to a state of nirvana. What is nirvana? Nirvana is a state where your mind will be uplifted in such a position that you will not feel anything to lose, nothing to gain. That is state of perfection. You are using the terminology perfection and unending bliss. That's why Buddha got it. After his wisdom, when he did that sadhana, spiritual practice, when he became enlightened. We call enlightened. What is enlightened? Is a vacuum enlightenment? Enlightenment of vacuum? Or enlightenment means what? Your enlightened is positive or negative. I am not going to the discussion. The point is that you cannot describe that. Indescribable reality which is beyond your speech, beyond your mind, beyond your intellect to understand. How can we express that? It's impossible. You get to that wisdom where this whole world vanishes. That's why Buddha says, Shunnam, Shunnam, Shunnam. Why Shunnam? This world is of reality. It vanishes for you when? When you go to dream. Where last night this world was there when you were in dream. Has any existence in your mind? Did the world really was there for you? You may say, no, for me I was sleeping, but no, don't talk about that. It is all experience is subjective. It is your concern. You tell me, where was this world? There is no world. Then your dream world also. That was reality. You are living in the dream. But when the dream goes away, where is this dream world or this world? All the world is now vanished. That's why it is Shunnam, Shunnam, Shunnam. But did you die at the deep sleep? You are enjoying, that is the best time of your life, no? Sleepless, that deep sleep condition we always adore. Then all suffering gone, all the anxiety is gone, all your health problems gone, your fear, your tension, your anger, your love. Shunnam, 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 Shunnam. Is it understandable now? Buddhistic idea? But you are not gone. You are experiencing that. Here is the difference between Shankara and Buddha, philosophically. But no difference. It is expression-wise terminology. It is Shunnam, Shunnam. Buddha is saying it is Shunnam, Shunnam, Shunnam. Because this world is gone, Shunna, no, void. Your dream world is gone, void. And nothing exists when you go to your deep sleep state. What do you say? I do not know anything. Is it not when you wake up? Last night I had this dream And I do not know anything. When the earthquake came and they shook, I do not know. Did it happen? So you were there still now. But you say, I do not know. One is emphasizing do not know. Another is saying, I know that I do not know. Understand what? I know, I do not know. If you say I do not know, means what? This much I know that I do not know. Your logic. I know means I know. I see you, I know. If I say I do not know, then I know that I do not know. So one Shankara is saying, you are Atman. You are there who have experienced that state of void. All material world gone, all conceptual world in your mind is gone. But you don't die, you remain. And what is that I? I cannot say. You cannot describe that. In samadhi, when your mind goes to that level, you cannot describe that. Because it's so big, so vast. Mind dies before that to measuring. It is like the frog jumping to measure the ocean. How big is the ocean? The frog who is living in the Ramakrishna story, frog was living in the well. And one big, gigantic frog came from the ocean, hopping. Seeing that, he said, frog of the well said, hey, where do you come from? I come from ocean. Oh, ocean? What is that? He has no concept of ocean. He said, it's a water content. Water bigger than my well? That cannot be. He said, no, it is much bigger. Then he jumped a little longer than the leaping, falling. Is it this big? Well, no, ocean is so big, how can I describe you? He is saying ocean is so big, I cannot describe it. He is thinking to capture it. So he gave one jump, another jump, and third jump, he died. By death, that frog of the well understood it cannot be measured. It cannot be understood. That's the philosophy. So don't get confused with Buddha and Shankara. Those who don't understand, let them live whole life fighting with that. But it is very simple philosophy. And negation, waking state experience, dream experience, all gone. But there is, what is there? You say, I do not know anything. It is shunnam. And Shankara says, no shunnam. You are there. To understand it is shunna. Who will say it is shunna or purna? Void or full? Who will say that? It is void. To say somebody should be there. Or to say it is purna, it is full. To say that someone would have the experiencer is necessary. So I am that experiencer. I am that limitless, absolute and infinite. Now, this is the way we see that Buddha's philosophy of Shunya and this Vedanta idea of Shankara's Purna. But my point is that why they come down? Because there is needs, there are different temperaments in the world, and people are fascinated with this idea or that idea. Let them choose whatever idea. But if they are working hard on that, the truth will reveal by itself. It is a bodhisattva state, or your pragya state, or attaining to your nirvana state. It's the same as the state what Shankara. But it is not his achievement. It is for us to achieve that state. And that is the great sacrifice of God, Lord, who comes as Buddha, who came. The same person came as Shankara, came as Ramakrishna, came as Sri Chaitanya, Jesus Christ. So they are coming again and again. The same reality for the good of humanity. And out of compassion. It's called motherly love. Why? Why you will be sacrificing your own joy and pleasure, being in absolute joy? Why do you come down here? But mother cannot stop. When he sees the suffering of the child, mother runs to catch the child. So this is the philosophy. So we gave one example of Kisha Gautami for Buddha. There is another story that how his compassion goes for good and bad, all. There is one bandit, a ferocious bandit. His name was Anguli Mala. Anguli means the thumb. Mala means garden. He was such ferocious. He kills people right and left and drops their things. And not only that, he's proud how many people I have killed, like a hero. He will cut the thumb and make a garden. His whole garden is only thumbs. Meaning, how many thumbs are there, that many killing he has done. So Shankara, Buddha one time was going and he met that Angulimal, and seeing him, Buddha said, seeing him, who is there? Then Buddha said, I am here. Then he said, stop. He said, I am stopping, you also stop. You stop what you are doing, stop. And actually that transformed his life because of his extraordinary power of Buddha, and he became transformed instantly and fell at the feet of Buddha and took the vows of monastic life under Buddha. This transformation is a tremendous power which transforms such a violent person into a saint. It is out of compassion, out of love. He does not see the ugly side of the person. Buddha didn't see that. He saw the inner heart. There is some pain, some agony. Why he is doing such ferocious action, and try to find joy out of that. There is some subtle thing which he tried to pick up and give him the blessings of the same nirvana, which is the goal of an ascetic. We find that in Shankara's life there are many stories. I will say one or two stories of Shankara. Shankara went for begging, and monks normally go to beg their own food. In India, if you go now even, you see wandering monks, and millions of wandering monks are there. They live not on much charitable organizations is there to feed them. They go door to door, and every home they give some cooked food or something they eat. So Shankara was going to beg his meal from some home, and he went there. And there he reached a home which is only one old widow lady resides there. The house is very poor house, the thatch leaked roof, the floor, muddy floor, there's nothing in possession, very poor. And seeing that, Shankara stood there, didn't understand before, and the mother then could find whatever there, nothing to give to a monk who is coming to beg. So he found one gooseberry, dried gooseberry, because in many trees are there, no? They drop someone and they can collect it something. And he said, my child, Shankara was a young boy. He is a monk by 8 years old. And then he lived only extended life of 32 years. And when he went and they gave that old lady gave it, and Shankara was moved with her love and also was moved by the suffering of that old lady. Nobody to look after, nothing to eat, and she was full of compassion, full of motherly love. Then he started praising to Mother Lakshmi. In Hindu culture, you want money, you go to Mother Lakshmi. You want wisdom, go to Mother Saraswati. You want to be warrior, go to Kartikeya. So in very departmental, no? In Hinduism, all departments are very well organized departments. So you need not have to go to the president for asking for everything. You go to the department and apply, and then you get it. So Shankara then started seeing the condition. His heart was melted into love and affection, and then he started praying. Instantly he created a Sanskrit composition, and there he said, "O Mother Lakshmi, you are the giver of everything. wealth, prosperity. Why this lady is suffering so much? Please do something. And with this intention, he started and created this verse, which is called Kanaka Adhara Stotram. And she said, "O Mother, Sampada Karani, you are the giver of wealth and prosperity. Sakalendriyo Nandanani, you can give her the pleasure to all the senses. You can give food for the eyes, ears, mouth, tongue, and all the senses, no? So you are the giver of all pleasures of human personality. Samrajya Dana Vibhavani, you are the giver of the rights even to rule a country, rule kingdoms, and you are giver of everything. Why not help this lady to have something, no?" Like that she composed, "You are, O Mother, O Devi, Prasida Jaganmato, be gracious, O Divine Mother, O Mother of the universe, Jagat Mahini, you have deluded the whole universe by your cosmic play of Maya. Dasha Sudurgamaste, you can remove all the obstacles of life and give her of all blessings and boon. Why not do something?" And he prayed like that. And Mother's grace, that gooseberry instantly became a gold. Mother granted that prayer, and then her sufferings were removed. It may be a very simple story, but the question is that a person like Shankara, who lives in the transcendental realm only, saying not this, not this, not this, who is your mother, who is your father, who is your guru, who is your student, no? What he speaks all the time, that same guy is being so much moved with the suffering of a widow lady and praying for her and removing her suffering forever. This is the motherly love. That is the thing we can see in their life manifested. Many stories are there. I have no time anymore. But what we understand today is Mother's. I started this talk on Mother's Day, because the first Sunday, and my Mother's Day following all the time. And Mother's Day ends today. Mother, the puja, worship of Mother, as follow Harini Mother, who is nothing but giving the results of follow and taking away all our karmas to give us eternal freedom. That is the Mother's greatest gift. What is greatest gift? Yeah, Ma can give you one toy, and Ma also can give you wisdom. So where you get all toys, more than all toys added together, the eternal freedom, eternal blessedness, eternal peace and joy. Thank you all.